Yeah. Very good morning to one and all. Today I would like to came to here to give the small introduction about the deep learning. The main course objective is to understand the deep learning algorithms and their applications in real world data. So the coming to course outcome is how the machine learning basics has been involved in the neural networks and how we are optimizing the usage of data for pre-training of the deep learning models and how we are able to apply the CNN and RNN. CNN and RNN is nothing but a conventional neural network and simultaneously recursive neural network models which are coming under the real world data. So come back to the machine learning basics. What we have in the machine learning basics here, learning algorithms, capacity, overfitting and underfitting, like so many kind of bias, various. So these are all the models we are in the learning in the machine learning basics models. Come back to the next one, learning algorithms. Here the main basic why we have introduced the learning algorithms as a supervised and unsupervised. So definition of what exactly the learning algorithm is, which is comes under, like we can take an as example, learning regression algorithm. See here the procedure of describing how the challenging has been fitting over into the trying the data differ from the challenging which is facing the finding the patterns and the generalized of new data. So most of the machine learning algorithms have the settings called parameters, hyperparameters, and these are all the determined comes under the learning algorithm. So the first one, the definition of a computer program is said to learn from experience as E with respect to some class of task T, and coming to the performance as measuring as the P. So it refers entirely the performance as a task T as measured by P, and it improves the experience E. So here we can imagine the very wide variety of experiences we can take it as a machine learning basic algorithms. And here the task as a T and performance as power as a measuring as the P. Here the we do not make any attempt the book to provide a formal definition to use the each of these entities. So these are main basic of introduction to linear regression, and coming under the linear regression we have a gradient descent linear regression, multiple linear regression, and ridge regression, lasso regression. So this is the basic introduction to linear regression, and elastic net regression also there. So come back to the in upcoming slides we have a lot of conclusions and various kind of learning algorithms we can discuss. So So in this decision tree machine learning, the types of decision tree is regression and classification. And here we have understanding SVM also. See here SVM in the sense support vector mission. So support vector mission also different kind of hyperparameter tunings, grid search algorithms, non-linear SVM also we have in here we can solve. So ensemble learning techniques. Here ensemble learning technique comes under bagging and boosting. So basic introduction to Navy basic classification. See here the whatever the learning algorithms in the previous machine learning concepts. So here in the deep learning also indirectly we will apply the Gaussian Naviers and multinational multinomial Navier basic classification, Bernoulli Naviers and complement Navy basic classifications. Like these are so many kind of for clustering techniques also available. So here we have multiple ways of defining the simple representation. The three most of the common include lower dimensional, sparse representation, and independent representation. So come back to the lower dimension means, so it may be depending on the 2 by 2 matrix or a 3 by 3 matrix. So like this, so that's why we have called it as a lower dimensional attempt. So to lower dimension representations attempt to compress the most information about X as a possible linear small representation. So like this, we have a small kind of derivations also there. So let us consider the m by n size a dimensional digit matrix as x. We will assume that the data has been mean 0, and here we call that is a mod x equal to 0. That is a non-determination case. So this is the basic introduction about the deep learning models. Thank you.